What it do, family? Blessed be the name of our Father Yahuwah for another blessed day. So, family, I have another message to share with the listening ears of Yah's people. And, family, this one is entitled After Death, Those Who Kept Away and Those Who Didn't. After death, those who kept away and those who didn't, family. And what I'm about to share from the book of Esdras pertaining to this message right here, we should have been hearing it years ago because the Apocrypha was originally a part of the Holy Bible. But the Roman Catholics took 14 books out of the Holy Bible and they called it the Apocrypha. But the 14 books that they took out of the Bible, that was not a part of the books that our father told Esdras to keep hidden. This says the regular Bible was for the learned and the unlearned. So these 14 books in the Apocrypha supposed to have been part of the regular Bible for the learned and the unlearned. And so they were not part of the 204 books that he told Esdras to hide until later, for the wise. So it's like, our father did not authorize Esau or the Gentiles to hide anything. The word was written by Israelites. It was given to the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. But when our people fell under the curses, family, it's when these people went searching through our lands, finding scrolls here, finding scrolls there, and they studied them and had people with knowledge study them, and they decided that they was going to hide most of the word that our father had given to the Israelites. And they only call themselves canonizing 66 books, but they had no authority. They still have no authority. They have never had authority over the holy material of Yah. They only got possession of it when our people fell under the curses. So, like I said, what I'm about to read and share, family, out of the book of 2nd Esdras, we should have been hearing this a long time ago. And I thank our Father that he has chosen many of us to share what thus says the Adonai to the people. And I'm one, I'm just the type of person that, as far as the easy way out, the easy road out, and speak smooth things to my ears, not too harsh. No. See, family, I'm just not made up like that. See, what's written in Yah's word, he had holy men inspired by the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to write what he wanted the people, his people, to know. So by the Roman Catholics taking out 14 books, calling it the Apocrypha, keeping it away from the population, they weren't doing Yah any favors. They weren't doing Yah's people any favors. It was that because they had an agenda to hide things, to keep you from being aware of what your father had to say to you. Oh my goodness. I mean, as I read, through these books that they hid, not only the Apocrypha, but in the other books, it becomes absolutely clear why they hid things. It's to keep you from being connected to your power, Okay, now I can also understand why the Apocrypha was set apart and taken out by these people. Because the world believes that the lost 10 tribes, the 10 tribes of Israel are lost and are among the nations throughout the world. That's what they tell people. But they were never lost. They were never lost. When they left out of Assyrian captivity, Yah led our people over here to the fourth part, Turtle Island. This land was given to the 10 tribes of Israel. They were never lost, and those people knew that. They read it in the Apocrypha and said, "Oh, we can't let the masses understand where the Israelites went, so we're going to take these out." They had their own agenda, family. But this material is available again because all lies are being busted out that these people have perpetrated. The whole system that they set up is based on lies. And then I just heard recently, and many of us have heard recently, that our current president, Trump, has already legalized segregation again. You know, see, just like when our people were slaves in bondage in Egypt, and the thing that Pharaoh spoke out of his mouth, he actually cursed himself, and it became a blessing for the Israelites to be exiting Egypt. See, and by our president, you know, legalizing segregation, see, he figured that it's going to hurt our people. But we have gone through so many things. What have the so-called Negroes not gone through and not survived it? Our parents come through slavery, Jim Crow, you know, segregation, you know, you name it. I mean, we have survived. We are survivors, okay? Because it is our Father's will that we will not be totally destroyed, okay? And these people have called themselves legalizing segregation again. So we are a set apart people. So by them segregating against us, it's going to set us apart because we are a set apart holy people. At least that 1/3 of us are, you know. And so everything that they do is going to turn out to bless us, you know. But I truly believe, family, because it says in the book of Matthew chapter 24, you know, immediately after the tribulation of those days, then Messiah comes through the sky with the angels. So, and I have noticed some things in society just since this man legalized segregation again. But we just all need to just stay up in prayer because the spiritual enemies of darkness are using these puppets of theirs, people from these other nations, you know, to come at the Israelites, the so-called blacks, the so-called Negroes. So family, we just need to just stay prayed up, okay? And we must endure all that we must face. And we will cover some of that in this video right here, in this message right here. Okay, now, our Father is having a conversation with the priest / prophet Esdras. And Esdras is asking him some things pertaining to, you know, the afterlife. Okay, so I like to know the truth because the word says the truth shall make us free. Not hiding from it. You know, that's not going to help us at all. Trying to stay away from the truth and not letting our ears hear what the Most High has to say to us. No, we need to be trying to hear everything he has to say. The easy part, the sweet part, as well as the difficult part and the hard part. We need to hear all we can because every part of his word that we hear, it helps us to become stronger spiritually against the spiritual enemies of darkness. And I've noticed that since I had started reading some of the books that was put aside for the wise and stuff. Okay, now, you know, like years ago, even as a Sunday churchgoer, I would have fights against evil spirits in my dreams. They attack you, you know what I'm saying? And I always fight them back, but it's like no matter how much I hit them, they keep coming. And it's just a never-ending battle, you know what I'm saying? And so that came all the way up until even when I was just reading the 66 and the Apocrypha, which is originally a part of the Bible. 80 books. Okay, so But when I started reading from the other, spiritual books that was set aside for the wise, like the book of Jubilees, the book of Jasher, and the book of First Clement, Second Clement, the Shepherd of Hermas, and the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. When I started reading some of that knowledge, getting it inside of me, and then the enemy would try to attack me in my dreams. This started like sometime last year when they would try to attack me in my dreams. Like they used to be able to overpower and stuff like that, have you where you can't move. When I started reading from these other spiritual books, it's like they can't do nothing with me. And they don't even attack me in my dreams no more. I mean, it's like I fought giants. And it's like I'm throwing them like they, big, tall, 15, 12 feet giants I have fought in my dreams last year and before. And it's like now since I have this other higher learning inside of me, this wisdom of Yah's word from these other books that was set aside for the wise, they don't even attack me in my dreams no more. They are afraid. Because it's just like I run poles through them. Oh, and I had prayed to the Most High, for strength like a mighty angel to fight against the enemies when they attack me in my dream. And he gave it to me. And like I said, they won't even bother me no more in my dreams. You know what I'm saying? They're too chicken. That's why I say they ain't nothing but cowards. Evil spirits, they are cowards. They try to attack you while you sleep and stuff like that. But I thank God that he has done something where they don't even bother me lately, like at home or when I'm sleeping. So it's been really peaceful. But what I have noticed since our president has legalized segregation is that, people who you once upon a time thought you was like semi-cool with on the job, it's like everybody is like, because evil spirits are controlling these people. Family, never forget, in the book of Jubilees, it says Yah has placed spirits among these people to lead them astray from him. And it's like, wow, I hope they don't think, we need them. We don't need them. You know what I'm saying? So we might have some difficult days ahead. You know what I'm saying? But their times are going to be way more difficult than ours when it is all said and done, because what they're going to have to deal with is that they're not on the top of us anymore. In fact, we're going to be on top with our Messiah in the midst of us. And they're going to learn and find out that in order for them to even exist on the surface of the earth, they're going to have to serve the people who they have been taught to hate all of their lives. Either that or spend eternity in hell. What's your pleasure? That's what it's coming to for these people. And they still walking around so prideful, like they the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, with my Dennis Rodman clap. See, all we got to do, family, is just weather the storm. Stay prayed up and accept whatever comes our way. You know what I'm saying? Because all things about life is not going to always be easy. And I'm going to cover some of that in this message. And I'm just going to get into it right now. Okay. Okay, family, I found my specs. Oh, my goodness. Okay, family, like I said, this is called After Death, Those Who Kept Away and Those Who Didn't. Our ancestor, the priest/prophet Esdras, is asking Adonai some things about this. So I feel that, since our father had him to write it, it should be shared with the family, okay? I'm going to start at 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 73 up here. Okay, 73. Okay, what then will they have to say in the judgment, or how will they answer in the last times? For how great a time has the Most High been patient with those who inhabit the world, and not for their sakes, but because of the times which he has proclaimed. foreordained. Pardon me. And I answered and said, if I have found grace in your sight, Adonai, show this to your servant also, whether after death, even now, when each of us give up his soul, we will be kept in rest until those times come in which you will renew the creation, or whether we will be tormented immediately. And he answered me and said, I will show you this also. But do not join yourself with those who are scorners, nor count yourself with those who are tormented. For you have a treasure of good works laid up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. For concerning death, the teachings is, when the determined sentence has gone out from the Most High, that a man should die as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, it adores the glory of the Most High first of all. So that's what a person's spirit does, glorifies the Most High first of all. So this is going to talk about somebody who didn't make it first, and then afterwards it's going to talk about the things that those who made it experience. Okay, as I continue, verse 79. And if it is one of those that have been scorners and have not kept the way of the Most High, and that have despised his law, I would say that's the 10 Commandment law, okay, and that hate those who fear Elohim, these spirits will not enter into habitation, but will wander and be in torment immediately, ever grieving and sad in 7 ways. The first way, because they have despised the law of the Most High, that 10 Commandment law. The second way, because they cannot now make a good returning, that they may live. The third way, they will see the reward laid up for those who have believed the covenants of the Most High. The fourth way, they will consider the torments laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they will see the dwelling places of the others guarded by messengers with great quietness. Those messengers are angels, family. The sixth way, they will see how some of them will immediately pass into torment. The seventh way, which is more grievous than all the previously mentioned ways, because they will pine away in confusion and be consumed with shame and will be withered up by fears, seeing the glory of the Most High before whom they have sinned while living, and before separated from the corruptible vessels. In the time that they lived therein, they painfully served the Most High and were in danger every hour that they might keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly. Here then is the teaching concerning them. Now this is for us right here, who are making it, who are keeping his 10 commandments, honoring his Sabbath day, honor his dietary laws. And many of us are keeping his holy days found in the book of Leviticus chapter 23. Okay, those 7 holy days. First of all, they will see with great joy the glory of him who takes them up. For they will have rest in 7 orders. Rest in 7 orders. The first order, because they have labored with great effort to overcome the evil thought which was fashioned together with them, that it might not lead them astray from life into death. You got to fight evil thoughts, family. We got to fight them, because evil spirits, they be among us trying to see if we're going to bite on the evil thoughts, suggestions, and ideas that they plant in our head. But everything wicked and ungodly and unholy, we cast it down. We don't be moved by it. And just because life may get hard for us, you know what I'm saying? We won't skip a beat and do some contrary other than what, you know, our Father has for us. As far as, like, just for instance, like, now, see, sometimes a person, like, just say a man, because I had a coworker years ago on another job, he was saying that he was moving to California, San Francisco. And I said, oh, hey, I wish y'all the best, Jose, you know what I'm saying? And he had been married and divorced twice. And he was telling everybody that he was finna be moving to San Francisco. And he eventually left. But some of his Hispanic counterparts, they knew more in detail why he was leaving. It was like, he going out there to move and live with a man. And they're going to get married. I said, what? See, stuff like that, when life is difficult and life is hard, we as children of Yah, if we want to make it and be with him for all eternity, we have to weather these hard storms. We have to weather the tough times, to try to do your own thing outside of the will of Yah for our life. Like that, you was married to a woman, 2 women, and you divorced because it didn't work. So you're gonna try your own thing. A man gonna get with a man to marry a man. This is wrong. See, now that's not in the cards of the Most High's way for his people. That's not according to the way. No. Or if you're going through tough times and times are really tough, and you figure just because you got it hard and you don't have any money, you lost your job and this and that, and places you trying to get assistance from ain't helping you fast enough, so you're going to take it upon yourself to go sticking people up. That is not, you're not going to make it in the kingdom of Yah, carrying on like that. We got to learn how to, weather tough times instead of doing things outside of the way of Yah and expect to be with him eternally. Oh, when you stand before him, oh, it was hard. I started sticking people. No. 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 That ain't gonna work. We have to weather these tough times, family. You know what I'm saying? But we have to stay in the will of Yah according to the way. Just because times get hard, you'll hear when I read some more down here toward the end of this. Okay. We got to weather the storm, even through a tribulation, if we live when it comes. Okay, as I continue here. The second order, because they see the perplexity in which the souls of the ungodly wander and the punishment that awaits them. Now, this is for us who made it. We allowed to see these things, but we don't have to worry because we made it. We lived according to his way when we was alive on the earth. Okay, the third order, okay, they see the witness which he that fashioned them bears concerning them, that while they lived, they kept the law, which was given them in trust. You see, we kept the law. We kept the 10 Commandment law. The fourth order, they understand the rest which being gathered in their chambers, they now enjoy the great quietness guarded by angels, messengers, it says, but they are angels, and the glory that awaits them in the last days. The fifth order, they rejoice, seeing how they have now escaped from that which is corruptible, that body, this fleshly body, and how they will inherit that which is come. While they see, moreover, the narrowness and the painfulness from which they have been delivered, and the large room which they will receive with joy and immortality, with an incorruptible body. The sixth order, when it is showed to them how their face will shine as the sun. See, this is what I want, family. And I'm sure many of you do too. And how they will be made like the lights of the stars, being from now on incorruptible. That's the blessing and the reward we will attain when all this is over. And all this is all said and done, family. That's what we get, an incorruptible body, and a crown of life will be placed on our heads. We will have a body just like our Messiah. Not even, never getting tired again, never have to sleep again, never getting sick again. None of that. Never growing old. A glorified body. Being able to pass through walls, because when his kingdom is set up down here on the earth, family, when he comes with the angels, many of us will be will meet him in the air. And this is where if you still alive when he comes. But if you die and you made it, you go up there and you get your glorified body. Okay? You know, you're going to be in heaven. So ain't no flesh and blood up there. So you'll have your glorified body when you get up there, okay, when your soul leaves. But if you would stand alive, if you're still alive when he comes with the angels, then is when we meet him in the air and we get our glorified bodies. But everybody won't meet him in the air. Some people will still be in their fleshly bodies, and this world will still be a physical world. The glorified body is also physical and spiritual. You know when our Messiah, he was crucified and he started showing himself after he was resurrected. He started showing himself to the people that believed in his disciples and a few handful of people that still believed in him. He was showing himself. He showed himself, it says in the scriptures, another 40 some days before he really ascended back up to heaven to stay. He kept showing himself to the people that believed in him, talking to them, teaching them things. And in some of the other books, in like this one I'm reading right here, it's like he said a whole lot of things to them. You know, Thomas got writings. Mary got writings. I just ain't got to them yet. A lot of the disciples have writings that are not in the 66, but they're in some of the other learning books, like the Lost Scriptures and stuff. But over time, I'm gonna get to some of all of that to share with the family, okay? But but when he set up his kingdom down here on the earth, it's gonna be a physical kingdom. But we're gonna have some of us gonna have glorified bodies. Just say like one of us have a glorified body talking to somebody who's just in the flesh. You know, as we talking to them, we're better just disappear right in front of them. see that's why I'm trying to live as holy as I can, because I want to be, blessed, and I want to be given that gift. That's going to be the reward for getting through tough times in the earth, not taking shortcuts, going outside of the way. Nah, that's taking shortcuts. We can't take no shortcuts, family. We got to stick it out. We got to be tough. The word of Yah said, let the weak say that I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? And not thinking everything's supposed to be smooth sailing just because we children of Yah. No. Read the scriptures. A lot of them went through tough times. Thrown in prison. Joseph. You know what I'm saying? The one who was a slave in Egypt, he is in prison because somebody said he raped him, and he didn't. Look at John the Baptist. He just told this one. He told this guy that the woman you with is not lawful because that was his brother's wife. And, they had him thrown in prison. And he eventually got his head chopped off. It's something I got to share with y'all one day about how Peter was getting ready to be, some news was looking for him to kill him because he started preaching, and the women that those dudes was fornicating with, having sex with, stopped having sex with them because they was drawn to Peter's teaching of the word. And so those men got mad at Peter, and the word went out that they wanted to kill him. So he was trying to get out of Rome, and then our Messiah appeared to him. Oh, it is. See, a lot of y'all ain't ready for talk like that. That's why I ain't shared it yet. You know what I'm saying? It's Yah's will sometimes that some of us might have to die for him. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us ain't ready to hear talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But, we got to get all the way where he's at. All of us ain't there yet, and it takes time, you know what I'm saying? But that is nothing to be afraid of. Now, if you're walking in the way, according to Yah's word, man, that's like, after our Messiah told Peter something, I'll share it with y'all one day. And Peter started rejoicing. You know what I'm saying? He was glad to go lose his life for our Messiah. And not only that, he told them, crucify me upside down because I am not worthy to die the same death as my Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But it just takes getting in the word and getting as much of Yah's word inside you as possible. And it will drive out fear. The Bible says, fear is not made perfect in love. You know, you get so much of Yah's word inside of you, it'll have you not afraid of nothing. Only him. Because he's the one got all power. You know, and everything else, you know, it's like demon spirits, where I'm not afraid of them. They're just serving Yah until he's done with them. They're just on the earth serving his purposes until his purposes are complete. And after that, they through. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to fear evil spirit and Satan. They can't do nothing to you if you're a child of Yah. They'll try to harass you and frighten you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's all they can do. They can't take your life. Not if you ain't out there doing wrong on their turf. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do. They just bark at you. You know what I'm saying? To try to get a reaction out of you. Because if you got a fearful reaction, that's what empowers them. You know what I'm saying? So I talk crazy to him. I fear my Father because he's the one got all power. These puppets, masters, these evil spirits, they ain't nothing. They ain't them cowards. I talk to him like that because I'm protected by my Father. You know what I'm saying? That's my Father. That's our Father. You ain't gotta scare no evil, be scared, afraid of no evil spirits. They ain't nothing. We got power over them. You know what I'm saying? Man, let me get me started. You know what I'm saying? I'm bragging on my Father. I'm bragging on our Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Death is nothing. When you die, we go to be with him forever. That's the greatest time. But it's going to also be a blessing if we're still alive when he comes. So it's good to try to be alive when our Messiah come, according to the Apocrypha. Blessed are those that are alive than those that are dead, because everybody ain't going to be resurrected when he come back. So, but if you are, then you know, but it's best, it's a good thing, it's blessed to be alive when he comes. I want to see him come through that sky. And the way things are going, it seems like we're going to be alive. He's going to come back in our lifetime, family. The way things are going, it seems. Nobody knows for sure. I'm just saying, you know, the way things are going, because a country divided cannot stand. Yah's not a man that he should lie. And, you know, spirits are using these people to try to isolate us and legalize segregation, but they divide their own country. A country divided cannot stand. Babylon is going down. Our Messiah is coming back to raise Israel back up, family. They just, you know, everything they do is going to be their curse and it's going to be our blessing. As I continue, okay, the seventh order, which is greater than all the previous orders, because they will rejoice with confidence and because they will be bold without confusion, and will be glad without fear, for they hasten to behold the face of him. That's what I'm talking about right now, whom in their lifetime they served, and from whom they will receive their reward in glory. That's what I'm talking about right now, family. This is the order of the souls of the just. And from now on is announced to them, and announced are the ways of torture which those who would not give heed will suffer from now on. Those who weren't walking according to the way. That's what they got coming. Okay, now that's where I was going to stop. 99, but I'm going to jump down to verse 105, and it says, so never will any, so this is Esdras talking. He says, so never will anyone pray for another in that day, neither will one lay, okay, now this is the answer to something he asked. Okay, but this is the answer to something he asked. Like, it's like when somebody die, it's, you know, you might want to hang it up. Ain't no praying for the, you know, once people dead, you know what I'm saying? It's like all that, like, you know, you hoping they make, once they die, all that stuff that's done in the world cease. Praying for people that's dead, you know, it ain't gonna do no good. That's what he's telling Esdras in this passage right here. But I'm not gonna read all. I'm just gonna leapfrog over some stuff and share some stuff with y'all, okay? Okay, so never will anyone pray for another in that day, neither will one lay a burden on another. For then everyone will bear his own righteousness or unrighteousness. Jumping down to verse 118. And I'll be taking this all the way out to 131. And in Ezra is saying this, "O you Adam," because Adam is the one who sin entered the world through Adam, while Satan and Eve got deceived by Satan. Adam and Eve got deceived by Satan, and that's how sin came down through mankind. And this is what Ezra is saying. He loved Israelites. He loved his people. So he had all kind of questions for the Adonai, wondering if people who already died, can they still be helped? These were his questions. Okay. Now then he get down to this part and say, "O you Adam, what have you done? For though it was you that sinned, the evil is not falling on you alone, but on all of us that come of you. For what profit is it to us if there is promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the work that bring death, and that there has been promised us continuous hope, whereas we have become more miserably vain, and that there are reserved habitations of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly." Okay, and that the glory of the Most High will defend them which have led a pure life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all, and that there will be shown, and that there will be showed a paradise whose fruit endures without decay, wherein is abundance and healing, but we will not enter into it, for we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence will shine above the stars, whereas our faces will be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we did not consider what we should have to suffer after death. Then he answered and said, "This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born on the earth will fight." Check this out, family. That if he is overcome, if you are overcome by the things in the world, he will suffer as you have said. But if he gets the victory, he will receive the thing that I say. For this is the way of which Moses spoke to the people while he lived, saying, "Choose life that you may live." Don't let nothing overtake you in this world, family, where it cause you to lose the way of Yah. You know what I'm saying? People get overwhelmed. They want to throw in the towel. You can never do that. Never let that be an option, family. Whatever we get through, whatever we go through that's tough in this world, we got to just endure it through prayer. And he will get us through it, but never give up. Nevertheless, they did not believe him, nor yet the prophets after him, nor me, which have spoken to them, so that there will not be such heaviness in their destruction as there will be joy over those who are persuaded to salvation. I answered then and said, "I know, Adonai, that the Most High is now called merciful, and that he has mercy on them which have not yet come into the world, and compassionate in that he has compassion on those that turn to his law, and patience for that he long endures those that have sinned as his creatures, and bountiful for that he is ready to give rather than to exact, and of great mercy for that he multiplies more and more mercies to those who are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come. For if he did not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with those who dwell therein." Of course. "And one that forgives, for if he did not forgive of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them, the 10,000th part of men will not remain living." Of course not. "And of a judge, for if he did not pardon those who were created by his word, and blotted out the multitudes of offenses, there would perhaps be very few left in an innumerable multitude." And he's giving it up to the Adonai. You know what I'm saying? It's like if he had not had mercy on the inhabitants of the earth since Adam and Eve, you know what I'm saying? It's like if he just wanted, he could have just, he didn't have to send his son to come down here and die for us. That's mercy. That's grace. But he did. That's our way to life eternal through him, the Son. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's also saying up in here that don't be overcome by things in the world just because they're hard. Because if you allow yourself to be overcome by things when it's time for you to go stand before the just judge, don't expect to be with him in paradise because you were not an overcomer. See, y'all wants us, his people, to be overcomers, family, no matter what we face in this world, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult. We got to be overcomers, family. Okay, with prayer, and trust in him, but he says, his word says, he will give us no more than what we could bear. He will give us no more than what we could bear. Some of us might have more tough times than others because some people are more tough than others. He know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But if you think you're going through something that's more than you can handle, actually you need to just dig down a little bit more and you realize you are tougher than what you thought you were. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't really know how tough you are until you go through something hard. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's like these people talking about segregation. I mean, it's like me. It's like, man, I mean, hey, just being free and being segregated against in society, that ain't nothing like prison. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in control of when you eat, when you lay down to sleep and stuff like that. But we ain't got to deal with none of that out in society. It just may be some places where they may not want you in there. If I'm not welcome, I don't want to be in there no way. You know what I'm saying? We give all the black businesses our money. You know what I'm saying? I'm for that anyway. Support my own. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Segregate. I ain't going to lose no sleep. And I know y'all ain't either. Okay, now, family, I'm going over to the book of Revelation, and this will be in closing right here. Revelation chapter 22, verse 14 and 15. We're talking about after death, those who kept away and those who didn't. And also, keeping away is talking about keeping his commandments, family, walking in love, in obedience to his word, and loving one another. People who don't keep his 10 commandments, they are not following the way. But Yah is in control of all things. So he is the one who gives grace and mercy. So it's all up to him who's going to make it and who's not. I'm just sharing the word of Yah, what it says. What thus says the word of Yah. Revelation chapter 22, verse 14 and 15 in closing. Okay, it says here, blessed be they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Verse 15 says, for without are dogs and sorcerers. They won't be there. Whoremongers. They won't be there. And murderers without repentance. Idolaters. People who put things before their done eye, like they're politicians. They all wrapped up in politics. That's idolatry. You know what I'm saying? For without are these type of people. Murderers, idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So family, let that not be us. Let's follow the way of Yah. Keep his commandments. Okay, I'm Brother Judah Israel. I hope you got some understanding in Yah's precious name. So until next time, may Yah bless you, your families. Stay safe, one love, and shalom.